Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be entitled, Everybody Knows That Your Woman is the Bottom of the Barrel Except for You. Okay, everybody knows that your woman is the bottom of the barrel except for you. And I'm speaking about the so-called black woman. All right. Amongst the women, their culture is very anti-man, specifically anti-black man. And it's the least conducive for a relationship. It's the least conducive for a family. You know, it's just terrible. The mindset and the culture of Eve is just terrible. And I'm talking about, I'm talking about the ones that are the worst, ratchet ones that you ever seen. We will go all the way down to that, the worst of the worst of Eve, to a normal Eve, like a Eve that's not ratchet, right? But she still has that mindset, that heavy mindset of feminism, because it's embedded into the culture. Okay? They don't have a culture of catering to the man. Okay? It's like these other women, they're wicked. The Latin tribes, the women of the other nation, they're wicked. Don't get me wrong, they're wicked. A woman is wicked by nature. The scriptures speak about that. If that they tend to go towards the left. But let's look, if I look at it as a camera, a camera is supposed to be to take pictures, right? The other nations, they can take pictures. You can take pictures with that camera. So, some of them, they can take pictures. The picture may come out blurry. It may be, the colors may be faded. It may not be the best picture because they're still under a mindset of feminism, and they still have demons on them. But Eve doesn't even take pictures. That's a camera that doesn't even take pictures. They do not understand their role, and they hate their role. Okay. So, anyways, Salaki, I just had to say that. I had to say that, and I want to read this real quick before I even play this video, because if you notice the title, it says what? The real reason many black men refuse to date black women, what nobody talks about. And this guy does a lot of videos on women, but he sees what the worst woman is when he does these videos. And I was saying that the other day. I'm like, he wants to say things about the Endo, but he can't because, he's a so-called Asian, which he's probably, I believe he's probably a Jake. I believe he's probably a Filipino or something like that. That's what I personally think. But ultimately, he wants to say something, but he doesn't want to say it because he doesn't want to come straight out and say what he's feeling, because he knows they're going to hit him with racism and so on and so forth. But he sees it. He sees it very, very much. He sees it very much so. And it's not just him. The other nations see it as well. It's a lot of you Jakes. When I read the comments, I was disgusted at the comments of Jake saying, well, some sisters, these sisters, I deal with black, white, whatever, as long as they treat me right. They're not getting it. They're not getting a lot of them that was on the comment section. They're not understanding, or they're trying to downplay the situation. Okay. Anyway, Salakia. Let me read this, and then I'm gonna play the video. I don't want to ramble. This is Sirach 36 and 25. It says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning." Now, Eve as a whole, there's no hedge over Eve. And the reason there's no hedge is not because, black men don't protect. It's not about black men protecting you physically. It's about you not taking heed to black men's leadership. This is how you become unprotected. This is how you remove the hedge from yourself, because 80% of the protection is you listening to the orders. If somebody has a security team, you hire a security team. If there is a threat the security team is seeing, and the head of security tells you, listen, get in the car, we got to go. If you don't listen to that instruction, you say, no, I'm staying here. Whatever happens to you is your own fault, because you did not take heed to the hedge. You did not listen to the orders and follow the instruction. This is the thing with Eve. She refuses to follow Jake's instruction. Okay? That's why they're the most the most evicted. So they're most evicted. That's why they make the worst decisions. Okay? Because they refuse to be under Jake's leadership. They're completely flooded in an exorbitant amount of school debt. They're in $100K worth of debt, $80K worth of debt to get a job that makes $45K a year. Make that make sense. Okay? Because they refuse to be under the rulership. They said, listen, it's better. I rather do bad by myself. I don't need no man. I choose the bear, so on and so forth. Which they're doing you, Jake's. I'm going to tell you now, they're doing you, Jake's, a favor. They're doing Jake a favor. And I'm talking about the Southern Kingdom specifically. They're doing you a favor. Okay? This is Sirach, because there's so many different women and tribes out there. Jake, open your mind and expand your horizons. Any child that comes out of that woman is what? Is an Israelite. Let me read that again, man. Salakia. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. And Eve wants you to be in captivity. Eve wants you to be captive to her. She don't want to treat you right. She don't want to deal with. She don't. You may be a brother that's into computers or into anime. And you might think you're corny. But she don't want you to go deal with no woman of no other nation. This bad, he's a sellout. He's dealing with the woman of the other nation. Because the white one's easy, and she'll talk shit and try to shame you for dealing with them, because they want you to stay captive to them, to still only want them, even though they don't want to deal with you. Yo, Eve is sick like that, man. Nah, man, expand your horizons, man. Okay, our forefathers, they dealt with women of the other nations. Okay, and that's when the Israelite woman was in order. How much more now when they're completely out of order? Anyways, like I told you, the hedge is anyways, the hedge, they've removed the hedge from themselves. It says, the first definition, a fence or boundary formed by closely growing bushes or shrubs. A boundary. They don't want to be under those boundaries. Okay, that's why they gravitated to the feminist movement. Limit or qualify something by conditions or exceptions. They don't want to listen to your limits. They don't want to be confined to your order, because the woman deals with chaos and the man brings in the order. Hey, I'm telling you now, the so-called black community would be so much further ahead, so much better off if Jake was in rulership in the so-called black community. This is why Esau made sure that he allowed your woman to be the way she is, without consequence. Anyways, let's go ahead and play this video. I didn't watch this video. I read the title and I said, even he knows, even these other nations know. It's funny because I was looking at some of his videos a couple days ago. I passed one of his videos and I said, listen, you know what? I think he knows. I know he knows that Eve is the worst, the bottom of the barrel. And he knows that Jake is suffering with Eve. He knows that. Based upon the amount of videos he does with Eve in the video. And anyways, let's just listen to the video. I'm watching it with you, brothers. So, we'll see what pops up.
I personally feel like black women are at the bottom of the barrel. Like, nobody wants black women. Like, nobody desires
I mean, glad you know.
black women. They basically think we're trash. And that gets to your head. And black men, like, wanting to be with white women or lighter skinned women, it makes you feel like you're just not wanted.
This girl made a post talking about her experience as an unattractive black woman, and I put unattractive in quotes because she's beautiful.
I grew up a very unattractive person.
Stop the cap.
And it was funny because everything she listed, I resonated with. I'm also beautiful. So
Right.
I just thought, maybe it's not that we're unattractive. Maybe it's that we grew up in an environment that does not have our target audience.
A few moments later.
Or it could be just your horrible attitude.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. And ultimately, what I wanted to say is another thing with Eve is that she has this super high inflated ego. Her ego is out of the world, out of this world. Her ego is her ego is past from what I see, her ego is past the so-called white woman. Yeah, Esau is proud, but Eve has surpassed the Edomite woman. In my opinion, from what I can see, her view of herself is just crazy overinflated, and they look at themselves as better than you, when the scriptures tell you clearly that the man is the head of the woman. So I don't know why they think that. Hold on. I don't know why they think that. Well, I know why. It's because of feminism. Okay. All right. But it's insane, man. And even when Eve talks to Jake, they talk in a condescending manner. This is why Jake doesn't want to deal with you. And then they expect when you talk to first of all, I don't accept that shit from them. I put them in their fucking place. You're gonna talk to me with some respect. Okay, I don't play that shit. I ain't one of them little simp ass niggas that you know. Okay, I don't play that shit, man. You gonna talk to me? You're gonna talk to me with some respect. I'm not gonna scream. I'm gonna tell him. I'm just gonna tell him very calmly. Listen, don't talk to me like that, or this conversation is gonna be over. And then they get blown away because they never heard nothing like that. They're used to talking to you, Jake, you so-called black man, any old kind of way. This is 1 Corinthians 11:1. It says, "Be ye followers of me." And I remember, you tell a couple of chicks that, man. You tell women, you talk to them like that. And I remember this one woman, she said, "Oh my God, the way you talk to me, that turned me on." And she threw her number at me. This 1 Corinthians 11:1, it says, "Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances." Ordinances goes into order, okay? "As I delivered them to you," right? Let's go into the word ordinances, which I know you brothers can't see. I know you brothers can't see because I think it's on one. Oh no, you can. Okay, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's go to I thought it remained on that only on that tab. But let's go to ordinances. It says paradosis. Okay, paradosis, and it says tradition. Okay, ordinance, giving up, giving over, the act of giving up, the surrender of cities, giving over, which is done by word of mouth. Right, 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 like a passing down, right? Or in writing, i.e. tradition, by instruction, narrative, precept, etc. Yeah, yep. And the tradition comes with instructions, right? These things were passed down, And this is one of the traditions. It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, Yahushai, right? And the head of the woman is the man. And the head of Hamashiach is the Most High." Okay, then he went into the covering of the head and of the woman and the not covering the head when you're praying of the man and prophesying. So this is a tradition, okay, that was passed down. All right, and the order was tradition. Okay, not just amongst Israel, but amongst even the other nations. They understood the role of the man and the woman. That's why with the Persians, when that Queen Vashti, when she disobeyed her husband, they said, "Nah, this is a big deal that she disobeyed her husband, the king's order. This is a big deal. We got to get rid of her because all the other women, they're going to get out of order because they understood that women, they follow. They're followers. So if one does something wrong, they're not going to use their critical thinking. They're just going to follow. And this is what I'm saying. It's a culture of dysfunction amongst Eve, a culture from the most ratchet one to the most so-called sophisticated one you can find, if you want to call it that. Is there going to be a sprinkle? Really, to me, only the ones that are of the elect. Only the ones of Eve that are of the elect. I don't know, man. Okay, maybe there's a spread. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say only the elect. That's the only ones I can vouch for. Is the ones that are of the elect will have the qualities of a wife. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Only the ones of the elect. And I'm not into just smashing and dashing Israelite women. I don't really like that. You know what I mean? For me, it's Eve. Let's see. Hey, our apostles and elders been telling us to stay away from Eve for a reason, man. And the more I get older, the more I understand why.
Excuse you.
We covered this on the last one.
You can have some manners. That won't even be a thing. Excuse you.
We covered this on the last one.
You can have some manners. Like I said, excuse you. What you talking about? You can have some manners. Like I said, excuse you. You can have some manners. You can have some. Like I said, excuse you. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see what you're saying. It's situations like this that make men change the preferences on their.
I mean, Destro isn't wrong, right? It's a lot of these more black women, the masculine women that are going to assault men like this.
Hinge accounts.
Because they have no consequence for that. Because Esau gives them free reign to do what they want. And you can't discipline them. You can't do anything like how you could do in the ancient world. Okay, which they need discipline. But you can't do that. All right? So they do these kind of things because there's no consequence for it. And then when a man does step up and smack them, oh, that's a female. No, that's a female. You know what that is? That's really, they deify themselves. These Eves, they deify themselves because they'll do something like that, and then when a man hits them back, it's like a big deal because they see themselves as a damn deity when they ain't nothing but a woman, and really they're not even a woman, to be honest. They're just a creature with a vagina. Because a woman has a particular decorum. The word woman goes back to a servant, a helpmeet. They don't have that spirit of a helpmeet. When you see a woman doing good, whether it be, any woman, right? Maybe cooking for a man, or maybe taking off his shoes, which ain't nothing wrong, but that's right. That's good. Okay, taking off his shoes, whatever it may be. It doesn't even have to be that deep. It could just be cooking. Let's just say it's just cooking. The woman would have to make a video because of all the hate comments she's going to get from Eve. She's not getting hate comments from Arab woman. She's not getting hate comments from Latino woman. She's not getting hate comments from Filipino woman. She's not getting hate comments from them. You know what I'm saying? She's not. Who's giving her the hate comments? He had nothing but a servant and a slave. The end dub is there. Like the hyenas that they are, they're going to come in a drove and attack that woman for doing really the basics. Just cooking for her husband and prepping his meals or whatever. The basics. And there's tons of videos of the Edomite woman. You wonder why these basketball players and these sports players, why they always get with a white woman? There's all kind of videos of these Edomite women when the dudes are not pro football players, but they're like in college or whatever, maybe not even, maybe high school, but I think it's mostly college. And they'll be prepping the food and putting it together and delivering it to him, and with a smile on their face, with a smile on their face. And you wonder why, no attitude, no thing, with a smile on their face, happy to do so. Yeah, and then they're narrating it. Oh yeah, and I do this for my husband every day, and he doesn't like it with bones, and I take out the bones, and oh man, the hate comments they get is crazy, B. It's crazy. But the scriptures speak about how a wicked woman hateth a virtuous woman. Wicked woman hateth a virtuous woman. I know I'm not quoting it correctly, but they're envious at that. They hate that. They hate on those women, and they try to drag them down. Man, no, it's not. No. Man, a wicked. Oh, okay. No, I gotta put the word woman in here. A wicked woman hateth a virtuous woman. I think it's the word. I don't know if it's the word virtuous. Damn, I don't know if it's right. This is it. It's 2nd Ezra 16 and 49. It says, like as a whore envieth a right, honest, and virtuous woman. Okay? So shall the righteous hate iniquity. And these Eves are complete whores and demons. So when they see a woman doing right, what they'll do is they'll attack them. Even it might be an Eve that's like, you know what, I want to be, righteous. I want to be decent, right? Let's say. And you know what's going to happen? She can't have any friends. She can't have no friends because her friends are going to tell her, nah, that's you doing all that shit for him. And they're going to shame her for doing what she's doing. Okay? That's what happens. That's what goes on. So if she's an Eve with friends, and what Eve doesn't have friends? And if she don't have female friends, then she'll have a bunch of male friends, which is shit damn near worse. Okay? Listen, man. I'm telling you, man, the best thing you could do is stay away from Eve. The best way you could do is stay away from Eve. This is my boy AC accountable commentary, and I know the Elder Apostle Gabar would like this guy. I'm telling you now. I don't know if he knows about him, but I know. Hey, this is my boy. All right. He goes in on Eve and he don't hold back. This is a video of Shahrazad Ali, which you thought was a righteous sister. Hey man, this Shahrazad Ali still got that M-dub spirit in her. Okay? All the things that she says, this video shows that even back then, Esau had to stop her and say, listen, you're disrespecting the black man just like the things that you say you're doing right now. The things that you say about women disrespecting the black man, you're doing it right now. And she was doing it live in this interview. And my boy AC was going into it, which I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I guess maybe I'll play a part of it. Okay? Because he don't play. He and his stance is the same as as our stance. Stay away from Eve.
We agree with, but so what? I don't care if these Keishas say some things that you may agree with. They don't rock with you. And you're going to see just how, and y'all hold her to, y'all hold Shahrazad Ali to an even higher standing. You're going to see how disrespectful she is, and how disrespectful she is to black men in particular in this video, to even Donahue have to call her out for it. Brad. Let's go.
Civilization, a man's son, is the greatest gift God can give him. It has no relationship at all. He's not only disassociated from us, We are frightened. We are scared. We are vulnerable. We are left to have to turn to you. It is very natural that we would be attracted to the white man since you have more power and authority over our life than he does.
Go ahead.
Who said that? Who said that? The wig wearer said that, right? The wig wearer stayed saying that. I'm gonna let y'all not gonna be interjecting too many. I just want to show you who she is and watch what she say and watch how she treat fellow, remember, supposed to be fellow black men. Watch.
Let me understand this now, so that for a black man living in a white society, you see the tradition, one of a kind of longing to be like the black man, like the white man, and, and an effort to be
accepted.
Accepted.
Well, it's more so like a parent-child relationship. White men have been the foster parent to black men. Although they've been an abusive parent, they have been the foster parent. And so consequently, now that relationship is in turmoil because the black man is longing to go free, except he has lost any rationale or logic about what it is to be free and how to reclaim his position as man over us and father to his own children. And so that's left him in a very desperate situation that we no longer have any pity for.
Examples of what black men must do to fight for their freedom. Miss Ali. Number one, quit his job working in the system.
He's got to separate himself from his former slave master.
This is number 11, Brian. Can we see it? Number two, abandon all his credit cards.
Absolutely. That dollar down, a dollar a week has failed many a black man.
Default on his car note in order to give full attention to important issues in the struggle.
Absolutely. Many of them have fine wardrobes and fine cars, and their babies are hungry.
We haven't got enough black men in jail. You want to put some more in?
Well, you know, that's another aspect of it. Some of our strongest and bravest and boldest black men are in prison. We got 500,000 of our men locked up. No civilization where the nation of...
And y'all thought that came, you know, particularly from Color Purple. That idea that the good black men are in jail, prison. That's what you thought. And again, there's some things that she's going to say that y'all might agree with. But you have to read between the lines. You got to look at the belittling.
Mm-hmm.
No, they weren't our foster parents.
We'll see it real soon.
What do you mean? They were our captors. What are you talking about? What do you mean they were our foster parents? No. This wasn't no child parent. No. This was just straight up abuse. Positions of power. And brothers didn't lay down for it neither. Over 290 slave revolts. So brothers knew it was wrong. They didn't just lay down and let it happen.
They don't talk about that.
But let's go.
People don't talk about that much.
Of people is as small as we are can survive with 500,000 black men locked up because of their frustration.
You don't sound very empathetic.
I'm not happy. I'm enraged because I'm alone. I don't have anybody to hold me.
You do get to speak. Hang on just 1 second. Number 4. Number 4, Brian. This is number 12. Stop going to church and study your own cultural religion.
Absolutely.
Take black women off the streets who are living immorally.
Absolutely. We keep waiting on you to come in there and help do something for our children and get our women in order. Y'all get our women in order. They're your women.
Make his word his bond and begin doing what he says he's going to do.
Stop lying to us about everything.
Here.
So we got to go out there, right? Snatch women off the streets that are living immorally, right? What's that called? That's a crime. Right? And also, stop lying to you because we're liars. Let's go.
Here's what black men lie about. Next. How much money he makes. 13, Brian. What a woman did to him in bed. His marital status. About how much his clothes cost. About how many children he has. Stop lying about what your position or your job is. Stop lying how much power you wield in the house. And stop lying about how you get along with your wife or your woman.
Right. All of that. Just lying about...
We lie about everything. We just lie about everything. Let's go.
Anything. Why the cow jumped over the moon. It doesn't matter because we know them. We know how you look. We know how you smell. We know what it feels like to touch you. So we know when you're lying, but we have to tolerate that in order to get along with you because if we bust you in the lie, you'll stop coming around us and disappear. So we have to pretend like what you say is the truth while we be disappointed.
That's right. You're very... Just one more question. You're very close. Miss Ali, you're very close. Boy, this is going to be some picnic going out into this audience. You're very close to saying that the black man is a wimp.
Well, he is, but it's not because he has to be one. He is one because he keeps comparing himself to you. They act like their total challenge in life is to figure out a way to be accepted by you. We've been following them behind that idea since the 1960s, when we followed you all into the so-called integration and civil rights movement, which was
That wasn't us as a whole. That wasn't us as a whole. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? That was not us as a whole.
Salaki, I just wanted you to kind of hear a bit, but I want to get to the part where she is speaking directly to this individual here on the other side, this Jake, and how she talks to him, and it's a good point of it's still the same mindset as these Eves, is because it's a cultural thing. This is how she was taught, to speak to Jake. Okay, even though she's into that whole black unity thing, whatever, The man is the head of the household, so called. Look at how she's talking to Jake. Right? You heard that before, but listen to how she talks to this individual. Excuse me, Salaki.
Getting beat up and everything while Martin was somewhere praying. His family was taken care of somewhere else. And he led black men into a thing of suffrage. All of the poems about no matter what you do to us, our white brother, we gonna love you anyway, to try to shame you all into sharing something with us. And so I...
Talking crazy about black men. Regardless if you agree with her or not, right? Regardless if you agree with her or not, she didn't bring up not one Brad. She didn't bring up not one Brad.
University of Wisconsin at Eau Claire, author of Cool Pose, among other things, and there are a lot of other things in this book, comes forward, Dr. Majors, to say, among other things, incidentally, the title has to do with his own research into the behavior of black men. Black men, let me just try the white interpretation here and you'll straighten me out. Black men affect a kind of a cool. And it's an expressionless sort of I can handle anything, non-emotional, has no texture, often misunderstood by whites as a defense against the pressure that he feels. Ain't nothing gonna bother me, ain't nothing gonna affect me. I'm a man, I'm tough, I'm courageous, and all I gotta do is stand here and affect this posture to prove it. Comes along, for example, a Korean grocer, and it looks like hostility. It is misunderstood, but it is, according to Dr. Majors, an affected defense against the enormous pressure that black men feel. How do you feel about the commentary of Ms. Ali?
Well, I think Sister Ali, in her heart, I think she means well. I just don't like the way that Sister Ali goes about expressing the problems of black males. If you're going to fix the problem, what we need to do is get on about the business of providing opportunities, activities, jobs, more jobs, programs. And yes, we need Afrocentric curriculum in the schools across the country. But I think where I depart with Sister Ali is that by calling black men wimps, by saying that they're punks, that bothers me.
I didn't really say it in that way, but that's the excuse and comeback you all always use because you
Didn't let him finish.
Poor.
Didn't let him finish.
She pointing at him. Hey man, I'm telling you, man, it's something in Eve, man. I'm telling you.
This is the same.
The Most High got Eve, a demonic spirit on Eve, man, and it's really to come up against us, you know, starting with Judah.
Keisha didn't like what he was saying and got triggered. This ain't no down in the dumps black man right here. This is an accomplished black man who's trying to help his fellow black man. And you won't even let him speak. Oh, it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse.
You want us to make up some new kind of language to explain to you what your problem is.
Now, see, Sister,
I'm trying to use English.
Now, see, Sister Ali, if we're going to have a dialogue now.
We're trying to have
one.
one.
I'm saying, Sister Ali, now
you know,
I've sat here
it
for
doesn't
10
matter
minutes.
what language.
Look. This the same Keisha. You going to tell me this ain't the same Keisha?
It's the same thing. It's the same type of energy Jake gets from your auntie. The end dub at the grocery store. It's the same energy. It's the same type of energy. It's an energy that's not. It's not a respectful energy. It's not the respect that a man is supposed to receive from a woman. Okay? And I don't get that from Asian women. I don't get that from even the Edomite woman. Okay? Hey, when the Edomite woman passes by camp and we're calling the Edomites the devil and Satan, the Edomite woman is smiling, you know, smiling, looking, you know, put her head down maybe. Come on, man.
Did she cut off Donahue?
Eve comes and looks at you dirty. Man, the fuck is like you're the scum of the earth. Well, the scriptures say that we shall be the offscouring of the world, but it's an energy with Eve. And I don't understand what's up with Jake. Anyways, you could watch this on your own time. I'm not going to play all this, man. But the point is it gets so bad that even Esau to say, listen, man, you disrespecting the black man you say is, you know, you say the woman disrespect the black man. Well, look, you're disrespecting him the same way. Esau had to step in and say that. Whether he's an Edomite, I don't know, but he looks like an Edomite. Had to step up and put her in her place, basically. And that's the great Shahrazad Ali. So you see, all right, it's an energy and a culture behind this. Anyways, with that, I'll say shalom. Salakia for the long play. I didn't really, stop it to find the right places. Anyway, shalom.